Welcome back on the flight deck of the A330-200 of Edelweiss Air, our beautiful red-nosed aircraft. We are still in Phuket after 4 days of a layover with a bit of diving and good food. We are now back at work and we'll fly today to Zurich in 12 hours and 30 minutes. It will be my first officer, Mr. Neff, who will be flying today. So now we are about to configure our electronic flight bag. That's the performance calculation. So I have to take our aircraft, the Hotel Bravo India Quebec India. We put in the flight number, Echo Delta Whiskey 51. Then we fly from Phuket to Zurich. And now I can select the takeoff performance. So it will start up and I'll have a look how much runway we have left if we have to abort the takeoff. So yeah, up here I select the runway. We try first to go via the taxiway Bravo because taxiway Alpha is closed at the moment here in Phuket, and if it's possible we don't do a backtrack. Let's see, we have no wind outside, 30 degrees, 1008 on the QNH. Runway condition, as you can see, outside is dry. Anti-ice we don't need. And we expect to be around 228 tons for the takeoff. So first I tried the optimum config, that's the most weight we can lift out of this airport today. Now we see we have a 24.3 on taxiway Bravo. So we might have to do a short backtrack, but then I have to change the entry into the runway because we have to do a 180. So here I can switch to 180 degrees because usually you go into the runway via taxiway Alpha, that would be a 90 degrees, but today we have to do a backtrack because taxiway Alpha is closed, and that gives us a little more space to turn. Now we already see that it won't be a problem, but he wants to go with flaps 3 and I'd rather have flaps 2 most probably. So let's see if that's possible. Yep, that should be possible. And still with a margin of around 250 meters if we have to stop. So that's quite good. So now I have to set up the e-route panel. I can go to the route entry page. And now this is a bit boring because I have to put in all the airways from Phuket to Zurich. We used to have the airways programmed. We used to have the routes programmed in the e-route manual, but as we have now the wind and route uplink into the FMS directly, we changed that so we don't have to pay for the routes. Somebody has to do them. So now it's our work, but we have time, so that's no problem.
Okay, now it's my turn to fly the aircraft back to Zurich, as Captain Bruno announced. So the duties of first officer preparing the flight are just to set up the cockpit while the captain is doing the outside check and taking care of the aircraft outside, and for the boarding, just to check it. So I always begin with the overhead panel and check again the reset switches up here, and then move all my way down to the glare shield. So I begin top left with the cockpit door locking system and go down for the ADIRSs, make the APU fire test and bottle check, then move down with the recorder to put on the oxygen system and set up the lights, signs, seatbelt signs, emergency exit lights. Wake my way up again here through the air panel, just checking that we have some reasonable temperature set in. Then go to the elect panel, make the battery check, move up to the fuel panel, go up to the fire extinguishing switches here for the engines. Then we'll check here on the FedEx to have enough oil in the system, which I will check on the e-com down again. Once going up, down again here for this panel. And then go for the glare shield, make switchings as usually. First altitude to be clear will be 5,000 feet here in Phuket, so I just would turn that in, set the QNHs here, the altimeter settings. Then we'll check the system pages, usually go for the engines where we could read the oil level. The FedEx are on actually. Then check the LX, the hydraulic systems, we have enough hydraulic in the system. Then the fuel, if we have the amount we ordered. Today it's going to be 78 tons. This is 1 ton of extra fuel due to the fact that sometimes it's very difficult to get the level out of Thailand as soon as you reach Myanmar airspace. Sometimes you don't have contact, so they won't clear up to a higher level, which means you would have a lower level for a prolonged time. And this will be about 1 ton, we estimate. So we just took that as extra fuel. So I check if you have 78 tons here. That's what we have. And as well as it's evenly distributed, which it is. You have about 300 kilograms here, but it's not a big factor. Then I would check the status of the aircraft. Today we have a GPS-1 system inoperative, which has just failed on the inbound flight, so we cannot use it on the homebound flight, but as we have 2 GPSs, no problem, we do a mail release and take our route back home. The FMS itself, the loading of the FMS has been a big issue in the past. Nowadays we just load the whole flight plan into the system, which is prepared by the dispatch in Zurich, which prepares the route, and then we just download it into the FMS, make all the settings in there. Then I go for the communication here panel, set up the communication for Bruno and me, then check all down here if the parking brake is set, speed brakes attracted. We'll initialize the whole system on here. Can get some better in here if needed, which doesn't actually work here in Phuket. They don't have a DATIS. Flaps at 0, transponder, no code, so 2000. I'd set up my communication panel, and then we go for the oxygen mask test. And as soon as everything is set up, then last thing to do is to take the fuel slip and enter the fuel amount we have ordered and compare if there is enough fuel on the aircraft, because there could be an indication error, so I check it with the FMS. So today we had where does it say the quantity? Okay, that's the total. 89,000 liters for the homebound flight. Not too bad. 89,478 in liters with a gravity of 782, which gives 70 tons plus the 8.7 tons remaining. It gives 78.7. We have 78.0. Difference of 700 kilogram. This is okay on this aircraft. Just check it.
And nicely equally distributed. Perfect.
So that's about it.
If I may just cut in, here we have our minimum equipment list. I was just telling that the GPS-1 is inoperative. So here we see globe positioning system, GPS function. That's the 345007 Alpha. 2 are installed and we need 1 to fly for extended range. That's the fact that we fly today extended range, and fans operation. So we're good to go according to this mail.
Very good.
So now here on the e-route manual we have now our departure route. Most probably the Mazda 1 Alpha departure, which takes us inland first of all, and then we try in the bay, we turn towards the north and then go back over the Andaman Sea towards the Simulans. Simulans are about here, very nice islands. So we'll be most probably able to see many islands here in this big bay, which are very, very beautiful. And here we have Phuket Airport. We are now at stand number 6, so on this side of the passenger terminal, and we'll later on taxi out down here on Bravo and then make a short backtrack and turn the airplane around here, so we have the full runway length which we need because we are quite heavy, as I said, around 228 tons. So we're now starting with our departure briefing. As Raphael is flying the plane, he will do the briefing. I'll just come to a short point from the general briefing. We do the same as in Zurich. I think
Yeah,
if that's
understood.
enough for you, so we know and don't talk too much.
Okay, then from Phuket to Zurich, takeoff runway 09 towards the east. Highlight possibly is a steep climb would be needed, would be appreciated in order to get our cruising level as fast as possible before Tavun.
Exactly.
Otherwise it's going to be a long flight. Possibly in-flight rest could be an issue. Otherwise I don't see any big subjects on this flight. Okay, goes through the box. Aircraft status A330 200 PV engines. Database valid until 11th of December. That's good enough. Edelweiss database and performance factor plus 1.9er and zero idle factor is checked. From Phuket to Zurich, alternate BAL, Edelweiss 5.1, position Phuket 0806.8 north, 9818.6 east.
Correct.
We have a cost index of 15, cruising flight level 340, temperature of -40, drop of pause 51,880 and ground temperature 26.
Very good.
We have taxi fuel 400 with a trip of 71.4, 12 hours and 25 minutes.
Against the 17.6, 12 hour 30.
Route reserve is 3%, 2.1 tons.
Here we have the 20 minutes, 1.9.
Alternate is 1.9 for BAL, and a final of 2.2 tons.
2.2.
That's good enough. Their fuel weight 159 with a block of 78.0. What we have today, it's going to be 22.8.5.
Yeah.
With a landing weight of 157.1 in Zurich, no extra.
Very good.
Routing today. Routes.
Yeah,
we are going runway 09er off, then left turn to Tavun. Lima 759er to Alpha Golf Golf. Lima 760 to Delta Papa November. Golf 333 Tiger. Direct Bravo India. Golf 201 Zulu Bravo. Lima 750 Rana. Bravo 449 Dukan. Lima 850 Banut. Bravo 147 Tissom. Lima 850 again to Ogata. And Lima 850 to Evrik. Upper Lima 746 Deget. Upper Lima 851 City. And Upper Lima 856 to Negra for Negra 1 Alpha arrival.
Perfect.
The distance of only 5,206 miles.
Against flight plan distance 5,195.
Okay. For departure, I do expect a Moston Alpha departure of runway 09er. 6.1% to 11,000 feet. That's due to terrain in the north. And departure frequency 124.7.
24/7 settled by cyclists.
MSA is 3,000 feet, except the most northerly sector, which is 4,500 feet. And this is a PRNF departure. So course bearing 084, 2,500 feet. Then a track 085 to Sierra Papa 001. Then track 003. Zero Papa 002, which is altitude 11,000 feet already. Maximum 270 knots.
Exactly.
Then track 292 to Mosta. Initial climb 5,000 feet, which is set.
Checked.
Then radio navigation, I set Papa Uniform Tango 085 just for the departure. Progress, cruising flight level 340, optimum is 340 and recommended max 352. If immediate return would be needed, it's runway 09 in Phuket. Cheapest primary accuracy high.
As well.
Performance is going to be a flaps 2 takeoff. Thrust reduction and acceleration altitude is 800 feet. Grounds and engine out would be 1600. Non-standard, no degraded climb due to steep climb needed. The secondary flight plan is departure until Mosta. And then again a 09 arrival VOR approach, inclusive performance. We'd come back to Phuket. The runway is not extremely long, but in case of mid-transit we could do it.
Fair enough.
Or wait landing in Phuket. That's it.
So we now received the load sheet. I'll have a look at it. So it's the correct flight, correct aircraft, correct version, and 2 and 9 the crew. From today, distribution of the loads quite good. Are you ready to copy?
Go ahead.
We have 30 business, 216 economy, and 3 infants. Gives us a total of 249 on board. And actual zero fuel weight 150.0, so we are slightly lighter than planned. Takeoff fuel 776 is correct, with a max zero fuel weight of 32.9.
2.9er with a block of 78.0, 227.6.
227.6 is correct, and we have a MAC tow 31.2.
31.2%. 31.2.
Thank you. Welcome.
2 nose down, nose up, sorry.
1.9 nose up, it says here.
1.9 nose up, okay.
So the figure 249 we have to hear from the cabin that they counted correct. Hopefully. So we now cross-check the takeoff calculation. I've already done mine, and Rafa is now doing his takeoff calculation so that we are sure that we go with the right figures.
Here we go.
Let's just modify the entry angle.
Okay.
With a pad. That's perfect. So, good. So I see Quebec India 09, Phuket, 1 degrees with pad, 0 wind, 26 degrees, 1009, runways dry, anti-ice off, 227.6 is what we have here as well, config 2 off. 180 meters.
Yep.
That sounds fair enough. So the speed's 143,
43,
143,
143,
149.
149.
Clean is 244, which is correct. Runway 09, no shift. Flaps 2, flex 33.
Flex 33.
We have 180 meters stop margin. Max altitude for the cleanup is 2295, 2.4, which is the minimum, and 1.16, so we were a little bit above BLS. The engine hour procedure we already had a look at. 2 miles left to 060, at 3 miles again right to 115, intercept follow the radio 085, which is blue on the nav display, at 12 miles left to Anfield, and we keep the speed below 166 until established on the radio. 1600 cleanup, 3000 as the final altitude.
On field, checked.
Back to Phuket with a rather heavy aircraft. Very good.
Edelweiss 51, ground สวัสดีค่ะ information Sierra current QNH 1009 standby clearance.
Edelweiss 51, QNH 1009, we'll check Sierra and standby.
Edelweiss 51, confirm request flight level 340.
Edelweiss 51 is correct.
Edelweiss 51 standby clearance and current QNH 1010.
Edelweiss 51 standing by, QNH 1010.
Edelweiss 51, push button start up approved, face for runway 09.
Edelweiss 51, start up push approved, facing runway.
Edelweiss 51 is clear to destination, Lima Sierra Zulu Hotel, via Lima 759er, part-time route, maintain 11,000 feet, clock 0763.
Edelweiss 51 is clear to Lima Sierra Zulu Hotel via Lima 759er, Tabun, 1,000 feet, and squawk 0763.
Edelweiss 51, that's correct. Airline 51 full short of runway 09 contact tower 11 decimal 1 สวัสดีค่ะ
Edelweiss 51 holding short runway 09 on Bravo and tower 81 Sawadika. Okay, tower, good morning. Edelweiss 51 on Bravo holding short runway 09. Ready in about 1 to 2 minutes.
Edelweiss 51 get tower to stop full short off runway 09 traffic on final.
All short traffic on
Edelweiss
final.
51 holding short runway 09 on Bravo.
Approaching 09.
Cross checked.
Fuel 300, the total is correct.
Departure in 1 minute.
On runway 27.
Edelweiss 51 departure instruction.
Edelweiss 51, go ahead.
Edelweiss 51 after departure maintain runway heading until passing 2,500 feet, then turn left direct Tarwun.
Edelweiss 51 after departure maintain runway heading at 2,500 feet, turn left direct Tabu.
Edelweiss 51 lead back correct when airborne contact approach 12
On
decimal
runway
7. Wind
27.
060 degree 5 knots, runway 09 clear for takeoff.
Edelweiss 51 airborne frequency 124.7 runway 09 and clear takeoff. Thank you very much, sir.
After departure, runway heading and then top.
Yeah, well, was checked.
On runway 09.
Cross checked. Heading 086.
Checked.
Slightly left of center line. Your controls.
My controls. FMA updates. Checked.
And shade 3 to taxi line up and wait runway 09. Taxi line up and wait runway 09.
Rotate. Also lift line, Hero.
Select heading. Thrust climb, flaps 1.
Speed checked. Flaps 1. Thrust climb is checked.
Flaps 0.
Speed checked. Flaps 0.
Edelweiss 51 contact approach 124 decimal 7.
124 decimal 7 back at a body coverage device. The 1.
Advance 02 overhead,
point. We're going to approach Edelweiss 51, you can see we are now in left and good down.
Dat is helemaal James Bond Island.
Edelweiss A330 select runway heading runway 09.
A330 to Phuket approach, takeoff identified, flight level 250.
Identify number 250, that's A330.
A330 to continue on runway heading due to traffic.
Go ahead, A330.
So viel zu weitersteigen.
A330 to Bangkok control, clear direct to Lhasa.
Correction to ground, that's A330. Hi, Asia 3241, request descent, Kilan.
Hi, Asia 3241, descent level 260.
Descent level 260, Hi, Asia 3241.
Auto position report off, it's all correct. Yeah, we tried to log on the CPDLC for Yangon. Tawun will be the exit point from the Bangkok FIR to the Yangon FIR. And well, we'll see what happens. If they take us or they don't take us, but usually you have also VHF in this region, just to the southern part of the Yangon FIR on our way. And the next one then would be Chennai.
Edelweiss 51, position Tawun, level 316, climbing 340.
Edelweiss 51, Roger, report with reaching, sir.
Pro Edelweiss 51.
Wordt reaching.
Yangon, good morning, Echo Delta Whiskey 51 Heavy, flight level 340.
Delta Whiskey 51, maintain 340, report, meet
Maintain flight level 340, next BPAC, Edelweiss 51.
Good job.
Wahnsinn.
Working.
Contact with
Awesome. Service Phuket, einen schönen guten Morgen aus dem Cockpit. Hier spricht Ihr Kapitän. Herzlich willkommen an Bord unseres A330 nach Zürich. Mit mir im Cockpit ist Offizier Raphael Neff. Er wird Sie nach Zürich fliegen und Sie dann während des Fluges weiter informieren. Wir sind bereits auf unserer ersten Reiseflughöhe von 34.000 Fuß. Das entspricht einer Höhe von rund 10.400 Metern über Meer. Ich sage mehr Informationen dann von meinem ersten Offizier. Jetzt hoffe ich, Sie fühlen sich bereits wohl hier bei uns an Bord. Und ich wünsche Ihnen einen sehr angenehmen Aufenthalt und einen schönen Flug. Mesdames et messieurs, bonjour, c'est le commandant de bord qui vous parle. Bienvenue à bord de notre A330 à destination de Zurich. Avec moi dans le poste de pilotage, premier officier Raphaël Neff. C'est lui qui va piloter vers notre destination. Nous sommes maintenant à une altitude de croisière de 34 000 pieds. Ça correspond à une altitude de 10 400 mètres sur mer. Plus d'informations de mon premier officier. Maintenant, j'espère que vous êtes confortablement installés ici chez nous et je vous souhaite un vol très agréable. Ladies and gentlemen, good morning. It's your captain speaking. A warm welcome on board of our A330 towards Zurich. With me on the flight deck, First Officer Raphael Neff. He'll be flying you to Zurich and gives you more information later on. We are presently cruising at 34,000 feet, which equals roughly 10,400 meters over sea level. Now I hope you feel comfortable on board, and I wish you a very pleasant stay here with us.
July hours 432. Very good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Flight deck also from my side. It's your first officer speaking now with some short information concerning our flight to Zurich. We have just crossed the Andaman Islands on a cruise altitude of 34,000 feet or 10,400 meters above mean sea level. And continuing now towards India, we'll pass to the north of Nagpur, pass via Agra. There with little chance you can see the Taj Mahal. We'll continue towards Delhi and then cross Pakistan, Afghanistan to Turkmenistan. We'll fly there Ashgabat and Turkmenbashi for the Caspian Sea. Then towards Baku, Tbilisi. Then we'll reach the Black Sea. We'll pass by the south of the Crimea Peninsula towards Romania. We'll reach over Constanza and then pass all Romania via Bucharest. Then to Hungary, south of Budapest to Vienna, to the south of Munich, and via the Lake of Constance to Zurich, where we expect to land on runway 14 this afternoon in 11 hours and 15 minutes from now on. Weather conditions along the route are reported to be nice and smooth most of the time. Nevertheless, from time to time there may be some light turbulence, therefore I ask you to remain seated with your seatbelt fastened whenever possible. And in Zurich for time of landing we do expect a few clouds at a temperature of around freezing points. Ladies and gentlemen, I'll be back to you about 45 minutes before landing with the latest weather report out of Zurich. In the meantime, I hope you do feel comfortable on board. Wish you a very pleasant flight.
Well, appreciate any direct circle A382.
Roger. Sunday 194, contact radar 120.9er.
120.9er, expect India 194, good day, sir.
Okay. 382, what level you can reach 25 miles before Delta Papa November?
Assalamu alaikum, Saudiya 798 370. Saudiya 798, Lahore, walaikum salam, radar contact, clear destination, Peshawar, flight plan route, report ready for descent. Call you for descent, flight plan route to Peshawar, inshallah, Saudiya 798.
Jet draft. Retard.
Ski 51, Cabo Center, go ahead.
Past Rosie at 0700, flight level 380, estimating Godsley 0711, do deck next.
Echo Delta Whiskey 51, say estimates for Dudeg and Rana.
Estimating Dudek 0715. Estimating Rana 0754. Echo Delta Whiskey 51.
Echo Delta Whiskey 51, report Rosie.
We have already passed Rosie at the time 0700, Echo Delta Whiskey 51.
Echo Delta Whiskey 51, and I confirm your flight level.
Maintaining flight level 380, Echo Delta Whiskey 51.
Echo Delta Whiskey 51, report due deck.
Next report, Dudek, Echo Delta Whiskey 51.
Ladies and gentlemen, a short update from the flight deck as we are approaching the western coast of the Caspian Sea. We're just overhead Baku now, and we'll reach the Caucasus Mountains in a couple of minutes. We'll be seaboard on your right hand side. In about 45 minutes then we'll reach the Black Sea coast, and landing at Zurich 14 in 4 hours 30 minutes.
Jetzt will ich sogar die Frau visuell links überziehen, das da unbedingt. Oben hin. Oben her.
Radar, good afternoon, Edelweiss 51 Heavy flight level 400.
Edelweiss 51, good day, radar contact, maintain 400.
Maintain 400, Edelweiss 51.
Seamoose, good morning, reach 115, level 310. 115, report Barad. Report Barad, reach 115. Tunnel 720. Jana 551, Tbilisi 133.4. 133.4, Asiana 551, good day. Terminus control, Asiana 551, position over lorry. Asiana 551, Ankara 129.3, goodbye. Ankara 129, Asiana 551, continue.
Ladies and gentlemen, once again a short update from the flight deck as we are passing to the south of Mount Elbrus, the highest mountain of the Caucasus with 5,650 meters above mean sea level, and we'll reach the eastern coast of the Black Sea in about 1 to 2 minutes, and further in 10 to 12 minutes on your right hand side, city of Sochi.
Edelweiss 51, position bandit, flight level 400.
Edelweiss 51, Rostov control 127.5, goodbye.
1275, Edelweiss 51. Rostov control, good afternoon, Edelweiss 51, heavy level 400.
Let's say 45 correction, let's 51, Rostov control, good afternoon, radar contact, set up for 400.
Okay, 400, Edelweiss 51.
Slowly but surely. We are now in the vicinity of Vienna, and we shall now prepare our approach with an approach briefing. For I got the weather report from Zurich, the latest one. Weather is pretty fine, variable winds from southwest, visibility of 6 kilometers and fairly high altimeter setting. The aircraft itself is in good shape. We do have one faulty system, which is GPS 1, which is a factor for our approach. Otherwise, the aircraft is okay. Landing elevation Otto 1400 at Zurich, checked, and landing weight is below max landing weight. Special about this approach, probably we're both tired after a long flight, So just keep vigilant and situational awareness up.
Sure.
Then I expect to be cleared for a Negra 1 Alpha arrival into Zurich. It goes Negra Matif Amiki Zurich East, which is altitude restricted. Back to Traun. Let's see. To Zurich East, and after Zurich East I expect radar vectors or even direct Trasadingen. With radar vectors to the ILS 14, which final approach point Osnem at 4,000 feet, inbound course 136. Minimum for the approach 1610 feet. In case of go around, we fly straight ahead 5.1 miles the ILS.
Yep.
Turn the aircraft to the left with a maximum speed of 210.
Yep.
Turn north, intercept radial 234 inbound to Zurich East. Okay, we'll continue. We have to maintain 4,000 feet until DME 7.8 Zurich East.
Exactly.
Then you may climb up to 6,000 feet or above at the Zurich East and turn right on track 0906 to Amiki 7,000 feet. Radnav page Zurich East on VR number 1 with a course of 054 for the go around. VR2 tuned to Kilo Lima Oscar 136 for the approach.
It's checked.
ILS and course is to go, which will set later on automatically. We have bearing distance set to threshold runway 14. GPS is primary, accuracy high. Performance set the latest weather report into the approach phase, according to weather report, and go around engine out acceleration altitude set to 4,200 in case of.
That's the MSA.
Fuel prediction, we have the alternate of 1.9 tons still available, and 3.1 tons of extra fuel, 36 minutes, so plenty of fuel.
Plenty of fuel.
And the secondary flight plan, I just make a copy active. Now landing runway 14 in Zurich is well known, at 3,150 meters and 60 meters wide. Displaced threshold by 150 meters.
Yep.
Touchdown slope minus 0.5%. Runway is dry. Make pedal braking, idle reverse. Vacate the runway via Hotel 2.
Yep.
At the end we'll fly manually, manual thrust. Somewhere
Checked.
established on the ILS.
Okay.
Any questions?
Nope. Just as we mentioned before, very short taxi time, but we need 5 minutes until we can shut down the engine, but it counts as we do the touchdown, as then will be Echo 19. So that's a really short taxi time. Very good.
Very good.
Perfect.
Done.
No questions?
No questions.
Turkish Liner Juliet Tango, Wien 13435, bye-bye.
13435, auf Wiedersehen.
Wien radar, guten Tag, Airfront 247, level 360.
Airfront 2471, guten Tag, identified.
Wien radar, Ukraine International 416, good afternoon, level 370.
Ukraine International 416, good afternoon, identified.
Thank you, ma'am.
Edelweiss 51, Wien 13435, bye.
Level 400 of Mark.
Echo Alpha. 1, contact source 133.9er.
139er, schönen Abend, Edelweiss 51.
Okay.
Clear to Negra 14 Negra 1 Alpha, descend flight level 130.
Flight level 130, Negra 1 Alpha, Edelweiss 51.
134 Golf, identifying climb flight level 230.
Yeah, flight level 230 into sky 134 Golf.
Edelweiss 51, descend to 6,000 feet and 1025.
6,000 feet, QNH 1025, Edelweiss 51.
Berlin 765 Victor, expect
QNH
4 fast track mark,
reading 9,280. Checked.
1073, descend to 4,000 feet.
Sending 4,000 feet, this one is 7 feet.
Edelweiss 51, reduce speed to 220 knots.
Speed 220 knots, Edelweiss 51.
20. Guess he's out preceding.
1073, maintain
Yeah, I guess so.
We're number 4 now.
16.
Approaching. Checked.
Edelweiss 51, descend to 5,000 feet.
5,000 feet, Edelweiss 51.
Berlin 765 Victor, turn right heading 190.
Right heading 190, Berlin 765 Victor.
Delta Alpha Sierra, reduce speed to 200 knots. Edelweiss 51, reduce speed to 200 knots, and left heading 260.
Left at 260, great. 200 knots, Edelweiss 51.
Heading is 260 and speed green dots. Checked.
Berlin 765 Victor, return to flight level 70.
Descending flight level 70, Berlin 765 Victor.
Delta Alpha Sierra, turn left heading 180, clear Alice 14, report established.
Left 180, clear to ILS, Army 14, will go Delta 7.
Engine details on. Checked.
Edelweiss 51, turn left heading 230.
160, descending flight level 130. Left and heading 230, Edelweiss 51.
230.
Left 230, Edelweiss 51.
Firm Berlin 292 Echo, going.
Checked.
Yeah, good day.
Pitch left heading 180, back to 3 LS 140, descend flight to 100.
120, descending flight level 100, turning left heading south. Berlin 292 Echo, vector for LS 14.
Berlin 765 Victor, turn right heading 250, descend to 6,000 feet, QNH 1025.
Descending 6,000 feet, QNH 1025, right heading 250, Berlin 765 Victor.
Edelweiss 51, descend to 4,000 feet, speed 180.
Support not speed, speed 180, Edelweiss 51.
4,000 blue flags
Berlin
1.
292 Echo, expect 45 track mode, reduce speed to 230 knots.
Speed 180, Water, Berlin 292 Echo.
Berlin 765 Victor, reduce speed to 200 knots.
Using speed 210, Berlin 765 Victor.
Delta Alpha Sierra, speed 160 knots, port rate, to
Flaps 2.
DB4.
Okay, 160, greater Delta 0.
Checked. Flaps 2.
Edelweiss 51, turn left, take 180, clear down IS 14, report established.
After 180, clear Dallas 140, so established Edelweiss 51.
Berlin 765 Victor, descend to 5,000 feet.
Descending 5,000 feet, Berlin 765 Victor.
Saw some ice. Just a little bit, maybe.
Hotel Delta 0 established.
Delta Alpha Sierra, roger. Berlin 72, correction, 292 Acre turn, right heading 210 for descent in 8 miles.
Hotel turn heading 210, Berlin 21, collected 292 Echo.
Start.
Delta
Checked.
Alpha Sierra, contact tower 118.1, bye-bye.
81, Delta 0, ciao.
Oh, the wind was clean. Oh, where is approach lights inside? Silence.
Foxstar.
Checked.
Airbus A330 management 549 descending flight level 130 information Foxtrot.
Management 549,
Light slope star, check.
continue on present heading, back to the LS 14, descend flight 100.
Descending flight level
Gear
100
down.
and continue on the present heading for vector
Autopilot,
LS 14
checked.
management 549.
Edelweiss 500, reduce speed to 160 knots.
Heat thrust off.
8160 knots, Edelweiss 51. And establish 140.
Roger. Airplane 765 Victor, travel speed 180, descend to 4,000 feet, clear LS 14 report established.
35 knots tailwind, perfect.
Clear for the R2A, correction 14 and
Speed
welcome
break
airplane
now.
765 Victor. Approach is 153 Hotel, flight level 130. Information from Fox 100.
153 Hotel, Zurich, T, fly heading 180, back to the LS 14, descend flight 110.
Fly heading 180 and descend to flight
Upstream,
level
speed check.
110. 153 Hotel.
Upstream, F speed.
Airplane 292 Echo, descend to flight level 70.
Airplane 292 Echo, descending flight level 70.
Edelweiss 51, no more speed restrictions. The tower 1 right, then 1 right.
Sounds 18 on and going further in the present position of about 260 and 35 knots, so
West end service wind, 170 degrees, 5 knots.
Copy, shoot.
Airplane 765 Victor, reduce speed 180 knots.
in Cockpit passing 200, reducing 180, Airplane 765 Victor.
Slimter antivind, det ska inte gå ut.
Flaps full, manage
Speed
speed.
checked, flaps full. Managed.
549, expect 45 track mass, speed 250.
Engine on still needed?
No, I don't think so.
1,000.
Okay, we have 500 feet. As your visual.
Alpha Sierra, first right Hotel 1, connect apron 1 to 1.85. Hotel 1 and apron 1 to 1.9er.
Landing check.
Landing all green, landing checks completed.
Target Edelweiss 51 is there. Please 51 tower, correct citation vacating, wind 170 degrees 4 knots, runway 14 clear to land. Clear to land 14, Edelweiss 51. Saudi 9092, wind 210 degrees, 10 knots, runway 28, cleared for takeoff. Runway 28, clear for takeoff, Saudi 9092.
Stabilize for minus.
400. 300. 100 above. 200. Minimum. 100. 50. 40. 30. 20. Retard. 5.
Ground spoilers. Reverse green.
Airplane 765 Victor, 14. 765 Victor, time ready to continue approach, Hotel 2 available. Order.
Braking.
9092, contact departure, have a good flight. Contact departure, and I said Saudi 9092.
70 knots.
51, apron 1285, känner vi dem. 1285, default Swedish, please have one.
Measuring my controls.
Your controls.
Airplane 7. Delta Alpha Sierra Tower again, 118 decimal 1, Nadia. 118 decimal 1, Delta Alpha Sierra.
Apron Juniper to Navi, Edelweiss 51, gating 4 via Hotel 2.
Edelweiss 51, apron, let's see, we'll take search to send Echo 19.
Edelweiss 51, right route, Echo 19er.
As discussed. As discussed. And when ready after landing within you. Shall slow down because our stand is very, very near.
After check completed.
Thank you. landing time was 23, so it would be 28. Shut down the engines.
Yes.
A332 is right there. Left side was clear.
Right side clear.
Is on, pressure checked. So still 50 seconds.
Airplane 076, 5 Victor.
So after this time, 12 hours and 34 minutes, so that's quite a nice time, 1, 2, 3, 4. We are now back in Zurich with our 249 passengers, safe and sound. Weather is of course not as hot as in Phuket, but we're glad to be home. And now we go back to our families, to our new social life.